Hey, corn folk, welcome back. Back with our usual suspects this week. The double stack boxes. Did a little stopping around. We found one customer wrap roll at a local bank, not one I normally get stuff from, but we'll take a peek in there first. Doesn't sound like any silver. Doesn't look like any silver. Nope, not. That's right. We gave it a shot. We had some luck there finding some little stashes here and there. Wow, finding coins to look at anyways. Weren't pulling any silver out of them, but it's been a couple weeks since I've been able to find much of anything, so we're relying on our boxes. See what we can get. Looks pretty par for the course. No newer stuff. Lots of not silver stuff. I talked to my bank this week. Might have to up my orders. One of my usual watchers, FG Stacker, if you're out there, check him out. He does all kinds of fun stuff, silver pours and that. He told me I had to pick up my pace if I was going to fill my mug. And I was kind of thinking the same thing. And we don't see anything that we're going to fill the mug with yet. One newer ender there. 2024 looks like. Yep. So let's jump in, find out. But I don't know when, but I probably will increase my boxes once stuff kind of slows down here as we get into fall. So we'll see. But for now, we're going to stick with two. And hopefully one of them, if not both of them, got a little something for us. So let's go find out. Well, very first roll of box one, and we found somebody cutting open mint sets because we got ourselves a 1987 Philly. Looks pretty clean. A little scuff there on the neck, but we'll gladly take that. Only found a mint set, so a little tougher to come across. So, off to a little bit of a start at least. So hopefully there's some more in there. Nothing super heavy in either box. Both boxes had a couple kind of heavy rolls, but nothing like over the top. And both ended up having a handful of newer enders, but nothing crazy. So no silver enders, unfortunately. So we're going to have to hunt them to find out what's in there. So let's quit talking and go do it. Back on roll 8 here, box 1. Got a 24 Philly under the scope. No DDR number 1. No doubling on the wing there. No DDR number 2 because there's no doubling up under the banner. But you do have a little bit on the stars right there. And then a little more dramatic down on the lower star. So I believe this one, unless something new has been listed since the last time I checked, is not listed. I didn't really see anything stand out anywhere else on it. So, as far as I could tell, it's kind of just in those stars. But, maybe a little bit on the rays as well. Seem to be a little thicker on that side, but there's no, like, kind of real defining line that I'm seeing or anything. But, I guess I've kind of wandered off with the camera. I'm looking at the coin and not where I'm shooting. My bad. But anyways, stands out real good here on this lower star. So we'll take that. Maybe I'll check later, see if anything's been listed. But if nothing else, we got an unlisted DDR. So let's keep on moving, see what else we can get. Well, we've zoomed on to roll 21 here. And this time we have a 2024 that is DDR number 1. You see it doubling up on the inside part of the wing there. Kind of hard to see in certain light sometimes. It's fairly shallow. And then also on the snake and the eagle's mouth, a little bit on the ribbon there. So we'll take that. Been finding our fair share of these, so another one ain't gonna hurt. I guess there's a little doubling there on that bottom star as well. Looks like. So we'll take that and keep on moving. And a few more rolls till we get to the halfway point. So maybe we'll be back in just a sec. Well, we wrapped up first half of box one here. Just a few things we hadn't looked at already. We got a couple more NIFCs, 05 and a 17 out of Philly. And we kept on that 87 train. We had two more 87 Phillies. The one on the left there isn't in quite as good a shape, so it's probably been floating around for a while. And then we had one 87 Denver as well. And then we had one more of that unlisted DDR on a 24 Philly, 24 Philly that we looked at. So that's it out of the first half of the box. Gonna keep on moving and see what else we can get. So I'll be back. Back on roll 29 here, and I have flipped thousands of $half in my day, just like that, and never found one until this guy. Look at that! Look how rotated that reverse is. Not a magic coin. I did find one before that I thought was a rotated die. It was a magic coin, but this one is just a legitimate rotated die. Rotated reverse, I'm assuming. I don't know how they know which one's rotated, but pretty darn sweet. Well, would you say that's, I don't know, 25 degrees maybe, somewhere in that ballpark? Unfortunately, it's got a little scratch there, but I will take it. It is sweet. Fantastic. Let's keep going. Hopefully find some more of this kind of stuff. Although I doubt it, considering I've hundred thousands of coins in the first one I ever found, but we'll gladly take that. Wake up this box a little bit. Keep on moving. On roll 36. Our box one here got old pocket piece by the looks of it. 1971 Denver. Definitely not the most worn one that we've ever found, but definitely worn a tremendous amount more than most coins from the 70s that you'll find, or at least $half from the 70s anyways. But a little bit of gunk on it there as well, like right on his nose, but a little bit of a find. I've always liked finding these for some strange reason or another, but just figured I'd share and jump back in, see what else we can get. Back on roll 43 here. You can see that stark square edge on this one here. I think we're gonna have our first proof in quite some time. Ooh, she's a little rough, but it is a proof. 1989. Man, she's been through it. She's been out of the set for a while, but I mean, not the ugliest proof I've ever found, but definitely not the prettiest either. But we'll take it. Haven't found a proof in, I don't know, feels like it's been a couple months. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but we'll take it. Maybe some more in there. Let's go find out. Oh, we finished up box one here. Despite no silver, we had a ton of finds. So let's do a little quick recap. I don't know if second half of the box or not, but we did have two more 87s. Both with issues. This one, a good lord. For being a coin that was only issued in mint sets, it's apparently lived a rough life. So we'll leave that one floating around out there. This one is not without issue either. It's been cleaned. It has like 0 luster on it. I guess a little flowing on the back, but still, out of a box to get a total of 6 87s is kind of crazy. By far the most I've ever got. We had 6 more of the 24 DDR number 2s, giving us a total of 8 for the box. We had that one unlisted DDR earlier. We got 7 more NIOCs, giving us a total of 9, not including the 87s. And then, as far as I'm concerned, finds of the box, little pocket piece here, like I said, just like finding those. A proof, a beat up proof, but it's a proof. And the winner of the box, 1972 Denver, the sweet rotated reverse. Still can't believe I found this one. I didn't think I was ever gonna find one. So, golly, take that. Even if it's not loaded with silver, it was loaded with finds. So, let's move on to the second box and hope it can maybe rival this one. We will find out. On roll 12 of box 2 here. Just show you the first one. It's the same DDR that we was finding in the last box. So I'm guessing these boxes were possibly packed up together, especially because a lot of them, almost all of them that I've been finding, have these real heavy polish lines kind of running that way and then running this way up in behind the field, on the field there. So just figured I'd stop and show you the first one, and then we'll just do the rest and some recaps. So we're going to keep on moving, and hopefully this box starts producing a little better. So we got 100 to find out, though, so that's what we're doing. Roll 19 here, box 2. Got the other modern DDR that looks very similar to the 24. Got 23 Philly with a doubling on the inside of the wing there, ribbon, and snake's mouth. I've seen plenty of these. Unfortunately, this one has a little ring of death action on the front, so won't hold on to it for the long term, but still fine, so we'll take it. Keep on moving through the box and see what else we can get. Definitely slower than box 1, but you'll have that. Hopefully it makes up for it with a better find later in the box. We'll have to find out, so let's go. I was kind of distracted watching my Buckeyes get off to a slow start against Washington here, but so I went one roll over half a box. But the only thing that we had to recap anyways was a couple more 2024 DDR number ones. That's it out of the box. So we're hoping for a better second half, and both in the box and in the Buckeyes game maybe. But we'll see. See how they both turn out. Let's go. Roll 28. Got one on the scope here. Kind of confusing me a little bit. Not sure exactly what it is. Got a 71 Philly with this happening on the rim. It's kind of like some partially exposed copper, it looks like. I don't know if that's just a real like shallow rim cut. I thought at first it was going to be, if I can get it to focus, a struck in rim burr, but doesn't really look the part. I don't know. Not sure exactly what that one is. If you got ideas, let me know. I don't know why it won't focus, but it's kind of a cool little find. Let me see if I zoom in a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of weird looking, but it's something. I'm just not sure exactly what it is. But we'll take it. Set it aside for now and keep on moving. Maybe we'll figure it out later. Maybe it is a burr that just kind of laid in there weird. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep on moving for now and see what else we get. On roll 31 here. Got a 71 Denver under the scope. Pretty nice DDO on it. See, pretty thick throughout. Trust is kind of the craziest part of it. I've looked and looked and looked. I'm going to say it's DDO 15 on Variety Vista, but I don't know. They're hard for me to match up sometimes. Some of them are so similar. You can see throughout the date. Over here on the beginning of the motto. Little notch there at the bottom of the G. All throughout Liberty. The B is like crazy thick. Got a little notch there out at the tip of the E. Little tiny bit up top, looks like. But if you have an opinion on it, you let me know. But I looked at them forever, and I settled on 15. So who knows? I could be right. I could be wrong. But that's what I came up with. Definitely a DDO, and not in awful shape. Pretty good shape, really, for 71. So we'll gladly take that and set it down for the moment. I might come back to it after I'm done hunting and see if I can settle for sure. But I'm going with 15 on it. So keep on moving through the box, see what else we got. Roll 33, and looky here. Look who finally showed up at the party. A little tiny bit of silver. Right down towards this end here. Gonna be a 40%er. Oh yeah, you hear that clink? I'm gonna say 67, because it's by far the most common that I find. Dang! That's alright. I don't care if I match a date, as long as it's silver. We'll take it. Didn't think we was gonna get one this week, but we did, so sweet. Let's keep on moving. Maybe after we drop it a few more times, maybe we can find another one. So let's keep on going, and hopefully we'll be back soon. On roll 36 here, and got a sticker coin. Haven't had one of these in a while. Used to find them quite a bit, but probably first one in, I don't know, probably a couple months. Little enchiladas. So we'll take it. It's a little rough, but you know, that happens. But let's keep on moving. A few rolls to go. See what else we can get. Back on roll 46. As promised, we're keeping our eye out for those super sharp corners. Got ourselves a proof. A little circulated. Let's call it at somewhere in the 80s. Ooh, right on the edge. 1980. San Francisco proof. A little rough, but not as nice as the other ones, but it's still fairly decent shape. So we'll take it. Keep on moving. And hopefully find some more good stuff, but we're down to just a few rolls, so who knows? Let's go. So, very last roll here, and it looks like we're going to have ourselves another proof right there. And we definitely do. 1987 this time. Not terrible shape. A little scuffy, but reverse actually looks pretty decent. Just a little scuffy on the front, but we'll take it. Definitely, like I said, definitely better than the proof we found in the first box. So not too shabby for a slower box. At least we pulled some proofs out of it. So finish punting up this roll and back for a little recap. See what all we found. So I'll be right back. Ripped open roll 41 here, laid them out, and I missed it by the edge. But see that flash? We got ourselves a proof. And then I looked a little further, and another one. I've had quite a few newer coins in there, so I've kind of not been paying attention to the edges as much. Nice 1985. Pretty decent shape for being in circulation. And let's see what this fella is. A 72. Sweet. I'll gladly take that. Definitely better shape than the first couple, or the first proof that we pulled out of that first box. So I feel like this one might have a little smudge on the front of it. I don't know if you saw that. The way it was shining, looked like there's probably a fingerprint on it, but we'll take them. A little better shape, like I said, so maybe I'll try to pay a little closer attention to the edges, but for now, we're going to keep on moving, see what we get. Alright, so here we go here. I finally got set up. Took me a minute. We had a bunch of different types of finds we're going to look at. Stuff we haven't already looked at. We had one more 23 Philly DDR number 1, giving us a total of 2 for the hunt. We had 6 more 24 Philly DDR number 1s, giving us a total of 17 for the hunt. We had the one unlisted DDR on a 24 with a doubling on the stars. We had a total of 12 of the more modern NISCs, 2002 through 2020. We had one of them being the satin finish, the 26 or the 06 out of Philly. Is that Philly? It is 2006 out of Philly. We had, speaking of NIFCs, a ton of 87s. Some of them a little ugly, some of them a little clean, but we had a total of 5 out of Philly and just the one here out of Denver. We had a total of 5 proofs, most of them being from the 80s, just the one down here from the 70s. We had our one sticker coin, one pocket coin. This one here, which I'm still not quite sure what that little copper is that's on the rim there. We're going to go with a weird looking rim bird, but not sure. We had the 171 DDO. It was pretty nice. Still waffling on that one to decide exactly which one it is, but then best 2 finds of the hunt as far as I'm concerned. Well, first we had a little piece of silver. Keep the little silver streak going, so we'll take that. Toss her in the mug. But my favorite of the hunt, even though she's a little rough, 72 Denver with the rotated dies. Pretty darn sweet. So, may not have had a ton of silver in the hunt. May not be anything super valuable, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And frankly, that's all that matters as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. If you didn't, I'm sorry. We found stuff. It might not be the kind of stuff you want to see, but it's stuff. So I had fun. And that's what matters when you're doing this, folks. So don't get frustrated when they're bad. Just keep on going. So good luck on your hunts, and I'll see you around. Peace.